Oh shit. Hello everybody. This is episode 5 of the Esports Rundown, brought to you by nobody because we don't have any sponsors. Because of course, we got me, myself, BZK25. Below me is Cam, aka King Shots. Next to Cam is Camzy, also known as Cam's the Goat, and then to my left. That's right. I don't know my left and rights. We got Dominic RL, Mr. Dingus, Dadomda, whatever else people
Yes.
fucking call you. I
Dr.
don't know.
Dom.
Yeah, Dr. Dom,
I
Triple
prefer
D,
Professor Dingus.
Professor Dingus, yeah.
Professor Daddy.
Hey yo. All right.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Also, this is the first time with video, and also we're streaming on Dom's Twitch link, or on Dom's Twitch, which will be in the description for the YouTube video.
Our topics are CSGO, Valorant, and League of Legends. So we are gonna start with the League of Legends first.
Yeah.
So
So just jumping right in here, Brazil has been duking it out, at least the teams in them for League of Legends. We have Pain Gaming and the Red Candids that faced in the semi-finals of the upper bracket. Pain ended up 3-0ing them, moving on to the upper bracket final. Loud 3-1 Los Grandes and is moving to face Pain in the upper bracket final. Well, the lower bracket finals, or the round one of the lower bracket, is going to be Fluxo and Furia, which it looks like that finished, which is a 3-0. And Furia going to face Ren Candids in the lower bracket quarterfinals. And Los Grandes is waiting in the semifinal for whoever wins the Candids versus Furia game. Looks to be very interesting here.
And then for the PCS Pacific, it says right here that both Australia teams are eliminated.
Yep.
Shocking.
Shocking.
It's not really shocking.
So
okay,
shocking.
That's why I said it was
Ooh.
Fortress and Bees.
I'm upset. Anyways, we got in the upper bracket quarterfinals. We got Impunity versus Team Bliss. Impunity won that 3-0, and then we have CTBC Flying Oyster knocking out Chiefs with 3-0. In the lower bracket, we got Chiefs losing to Beyond Gaming 3-1, and then Team Bliss losing to Deep Cross Gaming 3-0. And then upper bracket semifinals, we got the matchups of PSG Talon, Impunity. Then the other upper brackets, Frank Esports, my favorite esports name ever, because it's named Frank. What do you expect? And then we got the Flying Oysters coming in. Then we got Beyond Gaming in lower quarter bracket, or lower bracket quarterfinals, and then also Deep Cross Gaming. I don't know who they're facing. It doesn't say who they're facing.
It's
so
the loser of the semifinals up there. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
We won't be
Talent
seeing
series.
Frank Esports because Frank Esports is absolutely amazing.
I think you just
Because of
based on the team already. So
Well,
it's quite interesting already. That you're just picking favorite by team name.
look, it's Frank Esports. Come on, that's a damn good esports title or esports
Frank.
org. Yeah, gotta love Frank.
We do love Frank.
Yeah.
I mean, jumping into VCS for Vietnam, Game Esports, I thought they were going to lose their last series. It was against, I do believe, Wales, but they are 10-0. So they're already locked into the playoffs, so good for them. But
Easy qual.
You got 2 for Vietnam is Serbius Esports at 7-3, CBTC Esports at 5-4, Team Wales at 5-5, Saigon Buffalo at 4-5, Team Flash at 3-6. And Team Secret 3-6, and then you see, we always have this one team that's just at the bottom no matter what. So MGN Box Esports at 1-9.
Or MGN. Okay, well, I'll pick it back up here with LPL. We have a really interesting bracket here. We have Thunder Talk Gaming and Royal Never Give Up in the upper bracket round 1, which is going to be a very good game, I think, especially if Royal Never Give Up. I'm a huge fan of them. Seeing at the other side of that in the upper bracket round 1 is going to be Top Esports versus Team WE. Upper bracket round 2 is going to be Billy Gaming that's going to face off of the winner of Thunder Talk and Royal. And then, oh my God, is upper bracket round 2, and they are waiting for the top esports and Team WE to face off. Then the upper bracket quarterfinals look like Weeboo Gaming and LNG Esports are waiting for their opponents, and then upper bracket semifinals, JD Gaming and Edward Gaming. No surprise there for both those teams.
Edward, let's
Yeah,
go.
1 and 2
Edward, let's
seeds,
go.
JD and Edward. Those
Yeah.
are
We're
the
all
top
about
2
Edward.
seeds.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then with the LJL or Japan, we got the quarterfinals between SoftBank and
Axis. We'll go with Axis. on
Axis. Okay, and then
Yeah.
Fennel versus Burning Core. And then semifinals, we got Sengoku versus whoever wins against Banks and Axis, and then we got Detonation Focus Me against Fennel or Burning Core, whoever
No
wins
surprise
that.
there. No surprise there at all.
Sengoku OP.
Yep.
Well,
Solely by the
Detonation-
name.
Say that, but I don't know.
Solely by the
Destination's the-
name. I'm pulling the
Destination's
bees
good.
strat here. I'm pulling the bees strat here.
Detonation's good. I wouldn't see them make it through.
I'm glad by the 5th episode we already have a strat for me. Just if you don't know anything about the esport or anything like that, it's
Go with the name.
Yeah, just go with
Go
the
with
name.
the name.
Yeah.
I love it.
I will go ahead with NA Cope here. In the upper bracket here, we had Cloud9 versus CLG, and Cloud9 took that easy 3-1. Then we had FlyQuest and 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves fresh off a miracle run to qual here, and they fall 3-0, right back where they left off. right back. Then we'll move down. So the upper bracket final here, we got FlyQuest and Cloud9. Move down to lower brackets here. 100 Thieves versus Golden Guardian. Golden Guardian with a nice little 3-2 win. And 100 Thieves gone forever, man. Insane. And then we had CLG 3-0 EG. So we got
Not
Golden
really
Guardians.
surprised. EG is just
Yeah.
There.
EG shit in
So
all
we got
esports.
at the bottom here in the lower bracket, Golden Guardians and CLG.
I'm not really surprised to see C9 and FlyQuest in the upper bracket final. So
No, not either. Not
Yeah.
either.
It's kind of surprising 100 Thieves just getting absolutely rolled like this with how
Yeah.
hot they were. That's the only reason
Yeah.
I think
they
that.
were the hottest team
Yeah.
coming in.
Yeah,
They were definitely. I think they came off of a win too, if I remember correctly.
they did.
Yes,
It was
came
like
off
5
of
in a row.
To qualify.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they
Also,
they came off of
doesn't 100 Thieves have double lift? And
yes.
Isn't he like one of the best NA players?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
NA like and nationality NA, yes. In terms of
Okay.
like ever in NA, no.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say
Well,
that.
like probably playing right now, he's like in
I
the
would say
top
he's
3.
top 10. I would say he's
Okay.
top 10, top 5 best
Okay.
of all time in LCS. And honestly, not surprised with the Cloud9 FlyQuest thing at all. I'll be honest with you. I'm pretty sure those are the teams that have the most import roster, the most imported roster. So not a lot of Americans on this
And
two
spend
teams.
the most money probably.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me at all that they're in the upper bracket final at all in this case. And honestly, I am kind of surprised that 100 Thieves did get knocked out as well. I'll hold that sentence.
At least to Golden Guardians, you know.
Right, yeah.
Kind of crazy.
They always pull upsets the Guardians though, but should be jumping. Thank you for the follow, whoever that was. Can't really see.
Mackenzie, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you.
We're gonna go to LCK for Korea. Very interesting. We got KT in Sandbox in the quarterfinals. KT takes it 3-1. I mean, we got that, but then we have D+ in Hanwha.
D+, let's go.
That's a surprise.
Valiant effort.
That's a
and
surprise right there.
D+ lost
Valorant
3-1.
effort. Hey yo.
But then in the semifinals, T1
You had it, Rue.
T1 had a little bit of a scare.
Little
3-2
bit?
against KT.
Little bit.
I would say it's a little bit of a
T1's supposed to
scare.
3-0 everyone.
Just a smidgen.
But at
True.
this point, they should. But
Yeah.
then next semifinal, Genji versus Hanwha, 3-1. Thank God Genji knocked out Hanwha, because if Hanwha went to play T1, T1 would have lost. That's just how it goes against them. I don't know why.
Mhm.
But what if
But-
T1 loses to Gen G?
Spitting. He's spitting.
I mean, then in the lower bracket semi, you got KT and Hanwha. They'll be playing later on. Then upper bracket finals, T1 and Genji. Now that the problem's out of the way, I think T1 is just gonna probably roll.
Mm-hmm.
KT was looking really hot coming in, so we will see what end up happening there.
I will say this though, Gen G is usually a pretty consistent team as well. Maybe not to
They are.
T1 standards,
They
but
are.
they are definitely a consistent team. And I gotta say though, Dom, I'm very surprised about D plus getting just absolutely
Yeah.
destroyed. I mean, that's just that I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I can understand Sandbox to KT. KT doesn't surprise me that they did what they did, but D plus just kind of throws me off for a little bit here.
Yeah, I did expect them to win, but Anwar always
Honestly,
finds a
you
way.
know what? I'm
True.
very upset about D plus losing, as that is my high
favorite
school
name?
grade.
Oh.
Like
GPA.
just
D+.
that's literally my GPA was a high D plus in all my years throughout high school.
With the 1.6.
Oh, dude, nah, it was
That bare
1.5, second bottom from my class.
Cheesy
bare
needs a
minimum came
scholarship
in.
for esports for college. That's what he needed.
Imagine that. I really I got fucked. Now they do that in fucking my
Yeah,
college
right?
is like, oh, I hate school. Anyways, moving on.
Oh man, you.
Stay in school, kids.
Yeah,
That's
stay in school.
bad to drop out.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on to LEC Spring 2023. This is locked into group stage. We got number 1 with Team BDS 6-2. Number 2 is Astralis. Nice to see that they're rising up in another esport, other than Counter-Strike. 5-3, along with the G2 Esports and Vitality. Again, 5-3 as well. Go G2, Vitality. You're a good CS team. Anyways, then we have Fnatic, Koi, and SK, all 4-4. Mad Lions, 3-5. Team Heretics, 2-6. And then Excel Esports, 2-6. Really not excelling in this group, I guess. I'm just taking shots at all the.
But
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
is still one group stage spot left, and it's between those 3 teams down there. So anything can happen for that last spot, but those.
I'll donate 10 subs to one of Team Excel's players if if they actually excel into the group stage.
Ah, that's great.
And yeah,
Easy. That was wonderful.
yeah, you're welcome.
Dom, I am actually curious though. It is kind of sad to see Mad Lions fall so low here.
Yeah,
on this list.
they are always the underdog, and they always prevail. But
Yeah.
I do think they will take that last playoff spot.
I mean, they have a solid team, which is very surprising with Niski and Karzi and also Elyoya, which I probably butchered his name. But I love those 3. I've been watching those 3, especially Niski. I am a fan of Niski. I am surprised to see them just get outclassed. I hope to see they make that last spot.
I mean, you got G2 also a little bit underperforming after winning the winter.
G2's fun.
But guess what? They'll find
They'll
a way
win.
in the playoffs. So
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
because
Yeah.
that team is literally built for the playoffs and to
As
win.
long as you make the playoffs, that's all you need.
that's what matters. They're playoff Tom Brady.
Jumping in
saying.
the last one, we got LAA, the Latin American league for League of Legends here. In the upper bracket semifinals, we got Estral and Six Karma. Six Karma takes that 3-1. And the next semifinal was Isurus and Rainbow 7. Rainbow 7 take that 3-2. So those teams are in the upper bracket final now. In the lower bracket, round 1, we got Infinity and All Knights. Infinity takes it 3-0. Then I would say this is an upset, but Isurus loses to Infinity 3-1. I would call that an upset because that team's not supposed to be there, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Now after that, we got Estral and Infinity in the semifinal. Not played yet, but who knows? They could probably go on a little Mickey run here. I'm not gonna say Mickey, but in that type of way, but they can go on a run here.
Yeah. I mean, Isurus is I believe they
were the second seed.
Yeah, and
I
I
do
believe
so.
they're the Argentinian group that I believe that's the Argentinian org that is making rounds in a lot of esports. So it's good to see. I mean, it's good to see them do well, of course, and then they get to the playoffs and they completely shit the bed, if I may say. But and Infinity, I'm happy to see them in still. I do like Infinity a lot. I actually watch them in a lot of different esports.
And they took those games pretty convincingly too, so good for them. Now we will be jumping into Valorant now. Don't really have
All right.
much, but it's there.
Just
I got
NA
this.
challengers, you know, a little bit of
So,
NA
NA
challengers.
challengers, you know, just I
Okay.
had cracked my knuckles for this one because I see one team there that will win the entire Challengers League, and if they don't, I'm gonna cry. Anyways, we got in the upper bracket quarterfinals, M80 versus Disguise. M80 taking that 2-0, you know, that's fine, that's easy, right? Then we got TSM versus my boys Moist Moguls. TSM losing that 2-0. Claps in chat. Claps in chat. You know, Moist Moguls going to take the entire thing. The Guard versus FaZe Clan, 2-0 to the Guard. Then also Action Esports versus G2, RIP G2. They lost 2-1. You know, bit of a bit of a little mishap, maybe, quote unquote. Who knows? With them, you know, dropping the map to to G2. I almost said EG. Then we got upper bracket semifinals. Oh. Well, I misread that. I didn't realize that M80 beat Moist Moguls, and now I'm just upset. 2-1. The Guard beating Oxygen Esports 2-1. The upper bracket, I swear I thought M80 was Moist Moguls. But it's M80 versus the Guard. Then for the lower bracket, we got Disguised versus TSM, and then FaZe versus G2. Whoever wins the Disguise versus TSM will face Auction, and whoever wins FaZe versus keep on trying to say EEG or E2.
EG.
Um,
Got the NA Cope on the mind.
no.
they're all NA teams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. So, and then whoever will win FaZe versus G2 will face, you know, my boys, Moist
I'm
Moguls.
praying for a G2 run here.
I was
Sorry,
about to ask
Bees.
you. I was about to ask you what you thought about that, Gamzee.
I mean, it's just I think G2's probably the best
Team out of all of them?
roster, like
Right.
talent
like
wise.
on paper, yeah. Oh,
It just
definitely.
yeah, I mean, I think they were number one too. I think they only lost
I mean,
one
they
one
have
time.
Whippy. Yes, they have Whippy.
Is there
They have
is
Penny
there
and
any surprises?
Zam.
Any
Yes,
Well,
any
I
surprises?
mean,
Is
like,
there any
go.
surprises with any of these here?
I thought
mean,
Moist was winning. I thought Moist was going to be in the upper bracket final.
I agree. No, I agree. But also,
My
Moist
boys.
has had a little rough of a group stage beforehand. They did well, but they did lose to a couple teams that were actually, I think, lowest in terms of map count. If I remember correctly, I think they lost to Turtle Troop or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, which they were. I want to say one of the. Well, I guess not anymore, but they were at one point the lowest in terms of map count. I know that holds by Mad Lions and Ori Esports. Or
Now,
Ori
also,
Esports.
if you kind of like just look at the upper brackets, like where you could kind of see G2 shining almost is
Mm.
all these other maps or all these other games, I should say. It now, mind you, it could have been close games, overtimes, everything like that, but it was
Right.
all 2-1.
Right.
G2 versus Auction is the only 2-1. You know, like everybody else was 2-0. So it could just be that G2 just had two rough games and then they sweep everybody and do like a almost somewhat of a reverse sweep, I guess, or like a lower bracket sweep to get into the finals and everything like that.
Which is possible because
Oh,
FaZe
yeah.
Clan, they're facing FaZe to start with here, and FaZe Clan did keep it close with the Guard, which Guard, in my opinion, is one of the best teams, other than not on paper, but in terms of what they've shown us. They are some of the best. They're one of the best teams in this league here. So I'm not surprised to see Guard 2-0 them, but they kept it close. Their Lotus was 13-11 and their Ascent was 13-9. So I do see FaZe Clan putting up a fight against G2. It's going to be a very interesting lower bracket because if you look at that, you see G2 goes against Moist next. And Moist, I mean, for the most part, they've looked solid. I mean, they lost to the M80, but M80 is
But
also a pretty
also
solid team.
they did also take a map off of M80 along with, you know, Guard and Oxygen. So it's like,
Of course.
I feel like the teams that got 2-0, I have a funny feeling ain't going to do too well in lower bracket. I would love to see Disguise just because I am a fan of Disguise Toast to beat TSM, but also like that. See, this is
I'm not a fan
Valorant
of
that I
TC.
will watch.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of TSM, so I'm wanting
Yeah.
to see him get 2-0'd, knocked out. I'll be honest
Yeah.
with you.
So like, since I'm a fan of like NA, if you've watched all the other episodes, you know that I have NA cope in my blood.
We all
And
have
like
NA
just
cope.
oh yeah, NA cope. And like this is actually like Valorant that I will watch because it's, you know, I would say not even lower name teams, but it's just it's a whole NA side of things to where, you know, I feel like you get to see other things that you may not see during like a major, like say in Counter
Right.
Strike, how like Cam and I have done this to where we will even watch, you know, the like Chinese qualifiers, the
Yeah.
Australia, everything like that.
The
Where
NA qualifiers,
yeah,
like even before the main
yeah,
ones, the main
like
qualifiers
and
and stuff. Yeah.
you see these teams that like, you know, one map, maybe one
Yeah.
game,
You
never
can. It's
heard from again.
predictable. It's
Yeah,
predictable.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Eh,
and
yeah.
no, I would say it's unpredictable right now at least. You know.
Well, I'm saying more of like in CS because if you
Oh
watch
yeah,
like
yeah,
so you know
yeah,
who's gonna win that. But like in this, at least it's less predictable,
yeah,
which
exactly.
is what I like a lot.
That's why I like it. Yeah.
And I consider NA, despite our failures international, I do think NA is a very strong region in Valorant. So I do think this is one of the best leagues to watch because there's the second most skill in NA in my opinion. I think it goes the Pacific and then it goes NA. And in EMEA, I can't watch. I don't watch it enough, but I just can't. I can't watch them. I get too bored from watching them. But I think the NA is
Play
like the most
style.
explosive.
Play style is a
Play
big
style wise.
thing.
Yeah, I agree. And EMEA have shut me up because they've done really well at internationals, so they've shut me up. But I'm just saying NA is more explosive, and that's what I like about NA. It's more of explosive. Like they're not scared to do plays. They don't play it in a system. They play it like in a more explosive manner, and that's what I like NA for that. At least from what I've watched in Valorant. But I mean, we'll see. It's definitely going to be interesting. And I know I was speaking about this before we started, but we have the America's League starting up here soon for the main
Very,
teams
very,
that are
very
in
soon.
French. Very, very soon. I want to say next week, or at least this week. 5 days to this week. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, this could be interesting. I'm super excited to see it. Now I'm kind of sad because there's only like 5 NA teams. Then the rest are like kind of spread out and everything, which kind of sucks. But I mean, hey, what are you gonna do? It's gonna be an interesting stuff. It's gonna be interesting stuff. Best players in the world playing on these teams, so they deserve it. So really excited for that. But we're gonna have to get back to that next week when we do a podcast and talk about the results for this. So for week 1.
My only thing about this league right here, I'm just adding one more thing, is there's only 2 games a day. 2 games.
Right. Yep.
And to as a player, I'd be like, okay, 2 games. All right, you're playing next week.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Let me ride
crazy.
my high.
That's crazy.
You don't.
And
You don't ride.
I know
the
that's
high.
what I'm saying. That like I
But-
feel
breaks you
what you're
down.
saying.
But it shows. I guess the better team will win on that day. It's not going to be just momentum based. But
right.
all right, we will be
Now,
heading over to the big topic today.
Counter stocks.
all right.
Counter Strike. So
Where Kamsi's picks went absolutely wrong.
Shit.
Kamsi with a total of 4 points on the last time. And me and BZ, it came down to whoever was gonna win the last 2, but I got 13 and B's got 11.
Yeah. So pretty much what happened was Dom got a cookie.
I got a
Finally,
cookie. I got the
Somebody
cookies.
else is on the board, and it's not a fucking tie. Finally.
Well, now we're at a tie with cookies because
we're at a
Dom
tie with
finally got
cookies.
one.
Oh man.
So the thing is, it almost was going to be a tie though.
it was close. It was close.
If I'm remembering correctly.
Well, don't say the series scores yet. We got to go through that.
Well, yeah. So pretty much, if the series scores ended up for one game in my favor, and then
It would have
the
been a
series
tie.
scores didn't end up for the grand finals, it would have been a direct tie, or I would have won by 1 point. But instead I got fucked. So, anyways, also before we start in with scores and everything like that, there is one topic that I do want to talk about, is the wonderful, the amazing Counter-Strike 2 is now out for play test.
Go.
Yeah, we're all cheering. We still haven't played it yet.
Yeah, we're still waiting for booties. Or
Valve, I will
Build us up in
bark.
the terrorists right now.
Valve,
Valve,
please. I'll
I will
do
bark.
anything.
I will bark.
I'll growl.
Nah, again, remember, guys, just we need to become pros in Valorant, and then that's how we get CS2
Or I
keys.
could
That's
just
true. That's true.
praise our Lord and Savior, Gabe.
Yeah. So Counter-Strike 2 or Source 2, whatever you want to call it, is now out, and the first LAN match is going to be
Well,
after
they
the
played
major,
they
right?
played the first CS2 match live. It was a
Who?
show match.
Yeah.
Oh, against who?
There's like a bunch of people.
There's
Oh, hold up.
there's Caster. You might be able to find
Something just big happened. Something big
What?
just happened in CS.
Oh,
Stewie's
what?
back.
that. Uh-oh.
Stewie
Yeah.
2K.
Is it confirmed?
Yeah, I saw him tweet. I just saw
him.
him tweet. He's out of his contract with EG, and he's
He hasn't retired.
yeah, he hasn't retired.
Yeah.
Let's
That's what he
go,
said.
baby.
He's willing to
Stewie's
still
back.
compete. So
Yeah. He
I don't
must have
know if-
liked what he saw.
I didn't really read
Yeah.
a lot of it, but he said, yeah, he's not retiring.
All right. So for the
This is
show
good.
match, it was Team 27015. It was this Snappy, Daicha, Fame, Shalfie, and
Yep.
and the coach was one of the casters, I believe, because it was
Yeah.
just then
I think it was Stunna, right? Was it Stunna?
Sponge.
Spun.
Yeah.
Sponge.
Then the
Yeah.
other team was just Harry, Adian, Kessis, Nerds, and Crad, and Hugo was the coach on that team.
Yeah, let's go.
But I mean, Harry has some good clutches. The caster, someone sign him. That's like all they were talking
So-
about.
Get him. Get him. I would like to also mention here something that's really cool about EPL in general. It's not really to do with CS2, but I wanted to actually say I'm really happy because James Bardolph is back casting again, and I am extremely excited about that. That was one of my favorite casters. Some of the greatest CS:GO moments were done by him, and I'm so excited to have him back.
Him and DDK. Let's be honest.
I miss DDK, but we're not gonna.
And-
He's been.
Isn't he a coach now in Val?
No, I think he's a manager or something. He might be coach
Yeah.
or manager,
Or like maybe
of
analysis
100T.
or some
He's
shit. Yeah.
he's with 100T right now, so yeah.
But anyways, let's move into EPL. Now, the first match that we're going to talk about is FaZe versus Fours,
All right.
which went, if I'm not mistaken, 2-1. If I'm
Mhm.
not mistaken.
2-1 phase. Yep.
2-1 phase.
Yeah.
Can we give a round of applause for Fours real fast? I mean, they were the
fucking
underdogs
G
here.
fucking G.
They did wonderful.
They're a great team.
And,
Yeah.
and Crad, I believe Crad is their rookie. I want to say it's either R3 Salt or Crad. I think it's R3 Salt actually. R3 Salt is their rookie. They came from Virtus Pro's academy team, and look, he went off. Even though it's 61-63, still too negative on that, but he NT to him, he did wonderful. Like what a great opening LAN event for him, honestly.
Yeah. So
And
we do
then-
have a clip here.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
show. So here it's ropes, raps. I don't know how to
Rops.
pronounce it's
Rops,
rops.
but it's okay. It's
But-
Rops,
Well,
yeah.
actually,
This
kind of
Ro-
remedied the
ropes,
situation
Rops.
and Crab's
They
trying
did
to
say
get
rope.
behind. Nice into twist his head as well.
Hey, Fruity Tooty, thanks
And
for
that
the
one
follow.
Should be cooked, should be. Oh my god.
One
Rob, he's
HP
got
here.
one
He's on
HP,
one.
but yeah, I'm
Dude,
still
I saw this
just
on
a
Twitter,
little bit
bro.
concerned.
It's-
Oh my god.
Me and
4
Dom were-
bullets.
me and-
He has 4
got
bullets.
Zero margin
Me and
for
Dom were
error.
freaking out over this
Jumping
earlier.
on board here
There's
with
no time for this.
Robs.
There's no health. There's no hope.
The 1v2.
Oh,
One.
don't you
Oh.
dare. Rob?
2.
Dude, that is bro.
And there was a kid.
Oh,
He
I
is.
wish Kamzy would do this in the mission.
Yeah,
matches,
seriously.
man.
I wish I could.
And
Did you see
BC.
that?
That was
1 HP.
that's
that
insane.
flick in
1
the corner,
HP,
little
2
cubby
flicks.
next to- Oh,
Dude.
That was beautiful. That was just
I-
a gorgeous play.
Now, also, I do have a question for you guys. Kind of continuing about FaZe and everything, because if you guys watched, you guys listen at home and everything like that. If you guys did watch, you already know who won, but FaZe actually got kicked out of top 5 during this major, or not major, but during this tournament.
Yeah, for the rankings, yeah.
Yeah, on HLTV at least.
Yeah.
I know other sites have different rankings or whatever,
Yeah.
but
We
just
use
kinda go through
HLTV
yeah.
over here, okay?
Yeah.
HLTV makes the most
So
sense.
they got kicked out by Vitality and then also dropped one more down to Outsider / Virtus Pro, which we'll be talking about here soon. Do you guys think after, the performances and everything like that, that they will get top 5 again?
Yeah,
I don't see why not.
Okay.
I don't see why not.
they played insane.
I can honestly see them getting 4th in the world, and knocking Liquid down to top 5. It's also nice to see, NA Cope still fully alive and everything like that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
True,
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Yes.
Liquid the Great.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well,
Twist is NA that makes phase NA, so we won.
yep,
We got
exactly.
it.
Yeah. So
Copium,
NA still
Copium.
won. Yep. Copium, big Cope.
Yep.
Yep, FaZe did
Um,
take that 2-1. Robs was plus 23, Twist was plus 14, and Brokey was plus 13. Everyone else was negative. So
Even on
that whole
Forest.
series, that was the
All
whole
of them.
series.
And then honestly, like just looking at the matches as well, Inferno was 16-3.
Yep.
That sided with FaZe, and after that clutch, bro, that would have killed me.
That broke
Like,
it. That
yeah.
broke him. Yeah.
Yeah. But then Overpass, Force comes back 16-14. Still another very close match. And then
Yep.
I don't know, Tiresome maybe, or just Mirage really is not their map. But FaZe, I don't want to say demolishes Force, but it is 16-6. So
Yeah,
they demolished them.
yeah.
It
So
was a demolition.
it could have been like, like so on and so forth, like could have been Tiresome or anything like that. And like even you look at the stats here off of HLTV or whatever, everybody in the whole entire series on fours actually went negative.
Mm-hmm.
Now mind you, some went more negative than others, such as is it R3 Salt, right? Or
It's R3. So
yeah. He went -2, but then you have Jerry -13, but also I want to say Jerry is the IGL.
Jerry is the IGL.
Yeah.
He's been on there for a while since Berlin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember I think he was in a major if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Star Ladder Berlin. He
Yeah.
made it to Star
Yep.
Ladder Berlin with his team. Yeah.
So then FaZe though, on the other hand, there's only 2 people who both went the same negative, and that is Rain, and then of course
Kerrigan.
my IGL hero, Kerrigan.
Yeah.
Other than that, we got Brokey plus 13, Twist plus 14, and then Rops in the entire series plus 23.
he had a 30 plus bomb in Inferno.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Yeah,
and
that
Twist
was
popped
absolutely
off.
amazing. Oh
Twist
yeah.
popped off on Mirage too. I mean, Mirage 29-8, 128 ADR. Wish that was
Amazing.
me. Yeah.
All right, jumping into the next one, we got Ents and Cloud. Oh no, not Ents and Cloud9. Yikes! Ents and Vitality.
Mm-hmm.
This was another upset.
Uh-huh.
2-1 to Ents.
Yep.
Now, if I may say, I do agree it was an upset, but are we surprised? I mean, over the past year,
I'm not.
Vitality has underperformed time and time again.
Literally every single time.
Sun Pius went absolutely berserk in this series.
Oh yeah. Oh,
He went off.
Popped off. And Dacia too.
Yep.
He popped off too. Both of them. He looked good. Sun Pius is beast. He's just I know whenever I watch him, I can expect that to be a normal number for him. He's definitely really good.
And Zywoo did his thing for Vitality like he always does. The dude's insane.
And Sphinx.
Dude,
and Sphinx as well.
Yeah.
Look, I do like Vitality. Do I like G2 a bit more? Yes, because I just
one and
do.
done, baby.
True. But Vitality, honestly, if Zywoo left Vitality, right, teams would be kicking people left and right to get him on there, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like if he was on any other team, they would start just bringing in the titles.
Yeah,
But again, that leads into another conversation, super teams and everything like that, where it's just like, I like how Vitality is still up there. I love pretty much everybody on that team. Apex is still, in my opinion, at one point, one of the best
Garbage.
IGLs. Now, look here.
one of the best French IGLs.
Minus-
Yeah.
minus
Well,
19.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the best French IGLs. But
Well,
I
Not
mean,
you know
it-
what? Let's see Apex in action here. We have a clip.
okay.
Oh,
Alright.
perfect.
All right.
What, you're letting him in? And Apex has just killed A. I don't understand.
I hate this
Especially
so
because Maker's just got
much.
another frag.
Why?
Diha
But
was not involved.
Look at this
why?
calling.
Just leave.
Wait. Now he gets them both. Maybe there's a conversation to be had. He can justify it right now.
Yeah, he's
Diha
definitely not like he
biting
used to
through
be.
his fingernails as
He's
Nerds
so
looks to
bad
redeem
now.
himself.
He's so bad.
An incredibly
Again,
easy to criticize.
I said
Trigger
one of the-
discipline, but it may not matter because Nerds is
for
doing the
stop getting
impossible.
and
A
he
1v4.
he picks it up.
Down to a one-on-one.
After he
He's
gets
still
that
got
kill,
35
too.
seconds, and he's being a masterful mind gamer.
Oh my god! And
He
bombs
drops
left
the
there as
smoke,
well.
assuming that Apex will assume.
Oh,
And he's
jeez.
on top of it now.
Was bomb
It's
left
the
there from the
perfect angle.
start?
It's the perfect angle.
Yeah, and if I may
Clutch.
say, Nerds
Stabby's
is
out
their
of his
new
chair right now.
Israeli gunner, and he is
Yeah.
a beast. That guy
Oh,
is so good.
100%.
He came
1v4.
from Endpoint. Yeah,
1v4
good.
clutch there.
He's good. He
1v4,
came from
okay.
he came from Endpoint, and he was the star of Endpoint. It was like Spinks before when he was on Ents, before he came to Vitality.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come in with a little hot of a take here with Vitality. I don't know if it's really much of a hot take because I think a lot of the community agrees with this, but Vitality, it's time to get rid of the two Danish people. It's done. Because look, they've used the excuse of English is the problem for this long. It is getting a little bit ridiculous. They're just not forming well as a team. They need to drop Dupree and Magisk. Their Magisk is
The
not.
priest
like he used
time's
to be,
over. It's over.
and Dupree
And
is over.
Magisk too. His time is
Yeah, it's done.
up.
It's done. Drop those two. There is plenty of talent in the French scene coming up right now that could replace those two. That will actually perform better.
Or I'm just saying, you drop the two Danes, and you bring back two of the best French players that I have ever seen.
Don't even say it.
Oh
No.
Kenny S
no.
and MBK.
No.
No,
My
because
God.
hear me out on this though. They are struggling right now with the Falcons. They are.
Oh, they are 100%.
They are. Falcons are a struggle bus of a team. They're a good team. I like them a
Yeah.
lot. Body's on. I believe no. Is Body on there now? Yeah, Body is
Jax.
on there now.
And-
No. I'm pretty sure Jax left.
Jax was on Heat. That's where. He
Yeah,
was.
yeah. No, the Falcons are. Here, I'll pull it up on my screen here, but I know it's Body, MBK, Masuda, Kenny S, and Python. That was the other one.
Yeah.
And it's a good team on paper, but that being said, they're just not doing well anymore.
Yeah.
It's just not a thing. It's not gonna work. But I'm happy to see that team is back.
I mean,
I
Oof.
honestly, I do agree at this point. Drop
Yeah.
the two Danes. I hate to say it, just do it. You look at what happened with Astralis.
Yeah.
Everybody saying,
Augstralis.
yeah, like
The Danes are washed, man.
No more
Oh,
Og, no more
yeah,
Dane.
boy,
Moving
hey,
on to
hey,
Cadian,
another
oh
Dane.
right,
Another
yeah,
Danish
moving
team
on.
here.
got
We
to
got
the major
Navi.
winners.
Then we'll go
Oh,
over
wait,
to
no,
Navi
outsiders, but
here.
Never mind.
We'll go to Navi here, who 2-0'd a entire Danish roster of Heroic with ease, besides map 1 of Anubis, which was close.
Heroic looks horrible. They looked that map at least I should say they looked really bad. Their execution.
It's Simple has been going berserk.
He's been on a tear.
Yep.
Almost 100 ADR.
Yeah.
And it was a 2-0, right? Or,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and
NTL looked okay for his first LAN also,
I
right?
was
That was
about
his
to
first
say,
LAN
yes.
with the
Yeah.
squad.
Yeah, I was about to say he looked.
That was the
pretty well.
question mark coming in.
and to prove Simple being more cold than anything on this planet, we have a clip from him.
Ooh,
We love Simple.
We love Simple.
Simple
We are
in
Simple
the
Simps.
clutch.
Yeah.
Oh, look at him.
Yabby and Stan both in the
he's so-
connector.
he's so
Bomb
hot.
pulled. Simple is lucky to make it into the site.
I mean, game one.
Catch him crossing, and so now he's got a chance in this one.
I'm making myself a little
Simple!
Oh my
Makes it look
God.
too clean.
Not-
Could you guys
it's
imagine?
Simple in that
Look
Could
at
you
his
imagine?
look at his face. He just doesn't react. He's just like,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's
If
just
that
like,
was me, I'd be
I-
screaming.
Unbelievable
Oh yeah,
just
dude.
that
Like
young
I was about to say,
Simple
if that
in
was
the
any of
clutch.
us, we'll be like, "Fuck yeah, yeah, you got shit on, bitch."
He
Yeah,
is
it's
ice.
just like-
he is ice.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Ice. King.
I definitely think him and Zaiwu are top 2 right now, right? For
Yeah.
players probably.
Yeah. Look,
yeah,
Zaiwu, honestly, I will say this
Zywoo, in my opinion,
probably-
carrying Vitality.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
100 fucking percent.
Well, him and
100.
Spinks. That's why I keep saying
Yeah.
Spinks is like probably one of the best riflers and top 10 in the league at the moment, in my opinion. It's just that's not enough. To carry that
NPL is
roster.
going to be great. If he
He
keeps,
is.
if he
too.
He is.
keeps going, he will be great.
Oh yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
I do want to say this. Shout out to Electronic, which I still. Electronic is IGL still, right?
IGL. Yep, he
Yep.
took over IGL after Boomage. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Mhm.
So, +4 on KD.
Mhm.
Honestly, I will say this: Electronic, in my opinion, is the IGL that can perform and not go negative.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that. It's just
Now,
this
mind
is
you,
the
also-
first. This is the first time he's actually done this, though. That's what I'm saying.
It's true.
It-
I'm saying that
as
he has the
IGL.
potential.
right, I agree with that. I agree
Yeah.
with that.
Now, mind you, as anybody at home that doesn't know, IGLs usually don't perform that well on the leaderboards at all because they're trying to call everything like that, and
Yeah.
that's coming from somebody who is a washed IGL himself.
Yes,
Anyways.
he is. He's a washed IGL.
Thanks, Cam. Appreciate it.
No,
Yeah,
No,
Heroic, it was an upset. I will be honest.
Yeah.
Heroic should have won this.
yeah. Oh,
But,
yeah.
but
true.
Navi was on a momentum spree because they
Yeah,
were the
Navi.
last group.
Yeah,
Which
and
did-
now,
I think. How long did Heroic wait? Like a week to play?
Mhm.
Around
Navi
there, yeah.
Navi
Yeah.
waited what, a day?
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't qualify
So-
early. Navi
exact-
strategically went through the lower
Yeah.
bracket to
yeah,
qualify for
definitely,
this.
definitely strategically
Yeah,
dropped to
strats.
lower bracket.
Yeah.
Rare
yeah.
Adam. Let me tell you. All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
rare had a woo, yeah.
We're not talking about Liquid.
Almost.
Look, hey,
Almost.
Kamzy, you
No, they did
You-
lose to him. They got too old by
I-
him the first
I
time.
know.
they
I'm
met.
saying
That's what I
Navi
don't wanna
almost
talk
lost to
about.
Rare Adam
Oh,
as well.
yeah.
Sure.
So I'm trying to
Now-
forget about it, brother.
the next map or the next game, sorry, not map, is Cloud9 versus Mouse.
Yep.
2-1.
Honestly,
will-
this was the rematch.
I will
Yeah.
always say this. I'm a huge fan of Mouse. Regardless, win or lose, I will always still be on Mouse. But let's be honest here. Just looking at the stats, Cloud9, Axel +14 KDA, or KD.
Yep.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
He
At-
he showed up like at the
Yeah.
major too. Saw it again. Yeah.
yeah,
Good stuff.
honestly,
Almost
But
100
I-
ADR as well.
yeah.
Almost 100.
sure, yep.
99.7.
Yeah,
Now,
And then
if we're really gonna talk this series, Mouse, I don't know what happened, but
yeah.
off the back of this clip, Frozen here got 28 HP.
Oh, and he can just play retake with his team. Can't believe he even takes the AWP, but hey, it should be an
Frozen,
easy shutdown for
Frozen.
Cloud9. Frozen will
best
have to do
hair in
something
Counter-Strike.
monumental.
I agree.
Now, what
Sat
does
behind
look
the
at
box,
Nafany
just
here?
Waiting for this swing.
That's what we
Will
should pay
die,
attention
but
to.
Shiro, he's here to trade. That's what he's made for.
Why
Oh,
not
he
trade
does the
that?
swing. He doesn't get that trade now.
Yeah, he
he's
kinda
waiting
backed
for
off
Nafany on the
there.
flank.
Yeah.
Frozen gets
Laffy
a
and
Maybe he
Shiro.
didn't know
great
health.
position
Maybe he
to
wasn't
pick a new
confident with the
angle,
health
trying
side
to
of things.
Isolate Jules
Oh.
and giving him this one on a plate. And Frozen.
That's-
So-
that is
Dinner
not
is
okay.
served.
that right there.
3
now,
versus
mind
1,
you,
28
again,
HP. With 2
another
M4s.
Another simple moment right there for Frozen, just literally ice fucking cold.
Yeah, and not to take anything away from Frozen on that
Yeah.
clip at all. Frozen did a phenomenal. I mean, he topped the leaderboards 53 and 44 for the entire series. He did really well, but that is a huge error by Cloud9 and Nafany the IGL too.
Yeah. The only thing that I can think about in that position is maybe he wanted what I think it was Shiro, right?
Yep.
Maybe he wanted Shiro to peak and Shiro just couldn't get there fast enough. But like even still, if Nafany peaks, Shiro's gonna be right there, and then you
Right.
have the lineup easy.
You have 3 potential trades in that
Yeah,
area
exactly.
right there.
and like
It's-
I think it was Hobbit with the op, right?
Yeah, it should have been.
I think so. Yeah.
Well,
Or it might
whoever
have been
died,
Shiro.
whoever died first. That's what I'm saying.
'cause
in the
if anyone was gonna have an op, it'd be Shiro because Shiro's their
Yeah.
opper. So
Well,
Yeah,
I,
and Shiro.
the first person who went down, right? Who peaked, and then Nafany should have peaked right afterwards. that person had low HP regardless. So like, of course,
Yeah.
they're going to peak
Of course.
regardless
Yeah.
of anything.
And it is Nafany's job to trade out after that as an IGL. That is inexcusable to have a mistake like that.
Exactly.
No matter what,
that's
you
some
have to
MG
trade
stuff.
there. But no one traded. It was just giving them 1v1s.
Yep.
But they needed one bullet. They
Yeah,
didn't
they
get,
did.
they didn't even
Literally.
shoot. There was not one shot fired by C9 there.
Yeah. But hey, you know what? It was still 2-1 to
Yeah,
to
2-1
C9,
to C9.
regardless. Yep.
Yeah. Still a good game.
I mean,
Yeah.
going in to the semifinals here, we had FaZe and Navi. We had Simple on the highest of highs. He was probably the best player at this tournament, my opinion. But besides,
I
you know,
agree.
the whole three of the FaZe, 3 people in FaZe clan. But
Yeah, Rob's played out of his mind
It's
this
the
whole
same
tournament
people.
too.
It's the same people every tournament with that team. It's
It
literally
is.
the same 3 people. They are the 3 youngins that are just.
my thing is,
disgusting.
if Rain shows up with those 3
Yes.
players,
It's
you
over.
are
Yeah.
not winning.
100%.
Do you want to know what
No
my favorite
chance.
stat of the FaZe versus Navi series is? Kerrigan minus 26.
Yeah.
Negative
Hey.
26.
Look,
Dog
They didn't
shit,
need him.
dude.
They
He's
didn't need
so
him.
bad.
they don't need Kerrigan to pop off at all. All
Fuck
what they
him.
need is his brain. That's it.
FaZe down.
That's true.
Yeah, well, guess what?
We
Fucking-
also have a clip from that series, and
I
again,
hate FaZe.
and again, it's the same player. Who do you think it is?
At least I don't
My
have to look
boy.
at Kerrigan.
Oh, this is a boost. Never seen before.
Yeah, and it does
But
get
what kind of
the
communication we
shots.
got here?
Yeah. What is happening on this one? I watched this one live. What kind of thinking is that? Like, I don't know if maybe they're burnt
Kerrigan
out.
talking shit.
What is he talking shit for?
Dude, he talking bad shit.
You can only talk shit when
What?
When
When you're
team's winning.
They did.
They did win it though.
They
Cam.
did win,
I'm
though.
not a-
I
I'm not a
know.
FaZe
I was
fan
gonna
either,
say
Camzy.
when you're doing good, but
Camzy, I'm not a FaZe fan either, but we just have to sit this one out. We can argue another
Nah.
day. We
Like,
can battle
look,
another day. For
I'm
that.
Twist
I'm
Kerrigan-
stand
plus
on my Kerrigan's
27.
dog shit hill.
Yeah, twist plus.
You had Twist
27
at
that
plus
entire
27.
We could sit here and say Kerrigan's dog shit, but he's one of the best IGLs in Counter Strike.
series. He is.
And I will say
Oldest.
that.
him.
He's old.
He is old, and that's why he's wise. He's like
Yeah.
Master
So then-
Shifu.
You guys.
That is the
So am I supposed to be IGL then? Is that what you guys are telling me?
Master
Uguay.
yeah, Uguay. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
Master
Yeah.
Uguay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, so just quick stats here. Twist again, as we said, plus 27, Rops plus 7, and then Brokey plus 15. Rain -6, but honestly, sometimes Rain will show up, other times
Negative
Not
6 is
really,
what
you
you
know?
need to win series, man. As
What?
it shows.
I'm a nerd.
did you just say negative
Well,
26 is what you
No,
need to win
negative
series?
6.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
then,
on
you know,
Navi's
on
side,
the-
you know.
Not Navi, you know.
Plus 11 for Simp.
Well,
Only one.
we were talking about
11 for-
NPL before, but look at him now. He's negative 17.
First land though.
First
Yeah,
land,
first
but
land. Against,
against
I was going to say a lot better team, but at the time, Heroic was supposed to be better than FaZe. Yeah. Just put that down.
Somebody in chat said, "Is that a ghost?" And I said yes. So yeah. So
I lost my bearings for a second. I'll be honest with you. I completely lost my bearings. I was like, "Where am I? What happened?"
But as we said, MPL
Sorry.
drastic fall off after first land match to minus 17. Basically, not as bad as Kerrigan, but pretty bad.
Oh my god.
Then we go over to
Somehow.
Cloud9 versus ENCE. C9 with another
Ooh.
little 2-1 victory.
Mm-hmm.
against
Look at
Ents,
Madden.
which
Look at Maiden.
Shiro,
Maiden Madden.
Axel,
Ooh.
and Nafany absolutely went off this series.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I
They
am
did.
I don't know why, but ever since Cloud9 picked up this team, I've just loved Shiru. I don't know why.
Shiro's
I-
so
yeah.
amazing.
He's
I
so
love Shiro.
disgusting.
Okay.
I love watching him.
this may be a hot take,
Uh-oh.
but Cloud9 reminds me so much of FaZe. And it's because of one hold on.
Their IGLs
That-
suck and the rest of the team's good.
I'm
No.
mod checking you right now. No,
No.
Nafany did well though.
Yeah,
Look,
that
Nafany's
Nafty
tough.
Nafty is
That's
their
their
IGL.
IGL.
Absolutely amazing.
I guess.
I'm just talking about like you look at FaZe, it has 2 older players. Yeah, both of them are pretty old. And then has 3 younger players.
So you're talking about
Cloud9?
Hobbit, Buster, 2 old players, and then the top 3.
Yeah. Well, is Buster even that old though? I want to say that.
He's been playing. Buster was on. I'm pretty sure was on the Vanguard team that went to the finals.
Buster's
in Berlin.
23.
Yeah.
So he's not
So
old.
yeah,
but we're
Yeah,
talking
I'm saying
in terms
like
of-
age
Hobbit's
wise.
28.
and talking in
Yeah.
terms of veterans. If we're talking in veterans, then I can agree with that. We're talking
Yeah, yeah.
age, then no. But
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess like in veteran status, then
But
yeah,
I mean,
it's
he's 2 years
definitely-
older than the rest of the squad, meaning he's got way more game time played.
Yeah.
In
exactly.
reality.
Yeah.
We do also have a clip here of that series. We got Excel.
yes.
Play
Look at this
They're
clear.
looking for it. Oh, he's going to get
The bomb. The bomb dropped by Axel. They might have the A side, but without the bomb, this round ain't happening. Axel still floating around in the toilets. They can't deal with him. They can't
There's
uproot
actually
him.
so many
Madden
good players.
tries to move
I
in,
know.
but Axel's not
CS
giving
is
him the
very
fight
chock
anymore.
full of
He's
talent. I
playing
love
the
it so
long
much.
game. Nafany's hit an entirely separate timing, and Axel
I think
flicks
that's-
back around.
It's
to
good though
find
because
another. What a
there's
round
always rotating
from this
winners.
man,
Yeah.
making it happen for
well.
Cloud9.
Unless your name's Og
single-handedly.
Yeah.
It's Axel with
Yeah,
4.
well,
That's
you
a
know,
fuck.
them heroic outsiders.
Okay, hold up. That clip just had a guy holding up his phone with another guy dancing. What
Yeah,
the
he was doing that the entire time. And there was another
Really?
guy with the emoji with the board with the head exploding, and they were just
Oh,
holding it
yeah.
up. They were just
Yeah,
holding it
okay.
up.
That's fucking
It's
hilarious.
like, what is going on?
Yeah.
What
But
is
yeah,
happening in
fucking
Malta?
dude.
That was like the thing about that series is there was really no highlight. That was like
Yeah.
that was the best there
Counter-Strike,
was.
Yeah.
It was a grind of a
It
match.
was a Counter-Strike like match where it
Yeah.
was both systems were playing to the just normally. It wasn't like explosive, which is why I was saying earlier when we were watching Grand Finals that FaZe, Navi, G2, and I forgot what the other team. There was a 4th team out that I forget who it was. Oh, Heroic are like the teams that like they play explosive Counter-Strike. They don't
Mhm.
they're not like Og Stralis back in the day where they actually have a system. And that's
Yeah.
not it worked. I'm not like taking anything away from Astralis back then, but these players are explosive, and that's why I love CS nowadays because we've never had 4 top teams being explosive at a time at one time.
Exactly.
Never. And
And like
I'm-
you
yeah.
even go back to like when CS first started. You
Yeah.
look at Fnatic.
Yep.
You look at NIP.
NIP. Yep.
Tech-
LDLC.
Yeah, I was about to say
Yeah.
I was going to say technically LDLC, but yeah, LDLC and then VP.
VP. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like-
they weren't explosive like this. They just played systematic Counter-Strike. That's what they played.
And guess what? It got
it
them
worked.
fucking wins. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah, of
you
course,
look at
yeah.
you look at VP. They went what is it, 89 or 86 or something, and
Yeah.
0.
Yeah.
And like right when they first started playing, and like
Yeah.
it's
And
and
it's not-
now
yeah. It's more interesting.
now it's just like actual like long games of Counter-Strike, everything like that, which now mind you, there can be like very short games like how we saw FaZe versus Fours, and then there's ones like the grand finals and everything like that, to where you can't count a team out just yet. That's pretty much what I'm saying.
Well, and I would say the modern matches now are more, and especially against these 4 teams, are more highlight reels. They're like
Mhm.
exact, like every round there's a highlight you can get
Yeah.
out of them.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I love it. That's why CS right now is like I think the best it's ever been,
Mm.
honestly. And maybe a hot take for some people, but I think it is honestly.
I mean, C9 did take that 2-1. Ents did
Yeah.
put up a good effort.
Yep.
Senpius, he did
Pretty
good,
well.
but Snappy -24 and
IGL.
Nerds
IGL,
-18.
Yeah.
Now Snappy
Yeah.
is a very
Now-
old player.
Yes.
I will say that.
yes. He is extremely old.
Shit, I remember him from fucking Optic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was before that. I remember him
32.
from all the way back. And
He's
I
32.
want to point out, Nerds has an excuse. This was his first LAN tournament type of tournament. Nerds is the rookie here. I gotta point him out on that one. He might have played bad, but if you look at the matches beforehand, he popped up.
Yeah,
did
he
really
played
well.
good. Yeah.
So I would excuse it for this. I'm impressed to see Madden up at top. That's not someone he's usually middle of the pack.
Yep.
Yeah.
When it comes to the score, so cool to see, I guess.
But jumping into the next one, C9 versus FaZe.
The team we just compared 1-2.
Yep.
And like I said, IGL playing like dog shit.
For both teams.
Nafany
Minus 35.
on the series.
Yeah, you
Wow.
can't be doing
But
that even as an IGL.
From
man.
start to finish, even the map that Cloud9 won, FaZe just it
Dude,
wasn't. It wasn't
it
close.
was.
Once the first map went
dominating.
through, that was C9's pick, and that was as soon as that map was won, I was like, okay, it's kind of over.
Yeah, that should just it went out downhill fast for them.
But like I said, once you see Rain in the plus with the other
It's
three
over.
players,
Yeah.
and Kerrigan's
over.
calling,
Yeah.
good luck, because you're not
Yeah,
winning.
Dude, and then also,
not winning.
before we go into the clips, because I know that we have clips of this. Rops plus 21, Brokey plus 23.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I don't know, Dom, if we have the clip of the Brokey sniper clutch. I hope to God that we do.
On the post plant.
Yeah, I want to say. Or
That could-
maybe. It was when he just,
That could-
like, immediately, like, took out 2 people and then flicked to a guy with an op.
I don't know if we have that actually.
I don't
Maybe.
know.
We might.
We were watching earlier, and there's some plays Dom and I were watching. We're just like, what are they doing?
It's a highlight reel. It's literally like
Yeah,
it's you could
it
find
literally
anything
is.
out of these matches and make 20 clips out of it, and it would just be it's crazy. And like I said, it's not just with them, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what to
Forces
even
away.
say with Cloud9. It was poor performance, but Exile, I was happy to see Exile still. Exile and Hobbit. Hobbit's actually been really good. He's for the most part, he's usually pretty good in most of these games.
Shiru was 68 and 72.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
That is not what you want to see.
What was it? Map 2, I think he had 5 kills total.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If he's not popping off, that team loses. I hate to say it, but if you look at any of the matches they've had ever since they formed, even on Gambit, if he's not popping off, that team doesn't do anything most of the time.
Yeah.
They need
Map
him
2
popping
Inferno,
off.
he went 5 and 19.
Yeah. It's not taking away anything from Axel or Hobbit. I'm just saying.
But that's Inferno's map, or that's
Yeah.
FaZe's map.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
FaZe.
Yeah.
What, they haven't lost in like how many days on that map?
I don't know the exact number.
In
but I
pro
know
play?
I know it's way over double digits for it.
That's their map.
Yeah.
And no one's beaten them yet.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I think we could beat him.
I want to actually point this out here. In the past 11 months, while they've been on Cloud9, Shiro has averaged a 1.27 rating and a 1.20 rating. Exile did a 1.20 rating out of 109 maps. If these two are not popping off, the next best player is Hobbit and Nafany, 1.09 and 0.99. So they and Buster 0.97. They need these two to pop off, or they're not winning their match at this point. And that's what bit them for a long time. Is Shiro? If Shiro didn't pop off, it was over. If he had a slow start, it's done. Axel has to pick up the rest, and one person can't carry a team, especially versus FaZe. You need at least 3 or 4 people.
Especially if you have Rain. Just again, as we said earlier, if Rain is in the positive,
it's over.
teams are fucked.
Yeah,
regardless.
We're not winning.
All right, we do have some clips here. So
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
here's the first one. It is Rain, actually.
Okay.
With the reply, and now it
From
falls to
Ancient
Rain.
last map.
A long way away.
This is what
Axel
won
so
FaZe.
far
This is
removed
what
from
won
this
them the
round.
game.
And so Rain has a
Also with
1v1
the
into the
Galil,
site
I will
here.
always stand
He is a
by it.
1v1 on
I love
Hobbit.
Rain.
He's getting backstabbed, but Axel's going to move quickly. And so
When it
Rain
rains,
has
it
the
pours,
advantage.
baby.
10
Do you
seconds.
not read
Hobbit taps
this?
the bomb. Doesn't have a kit. Prompts a bit of spam. Rain's coming around.
If he
to check
tapped that
this.
again, I feel
Hobbit
like
gives up
Rain
that
gets
he's not
more.
on the bomb. And so Rain knows the time
Bro,
is
like,
on his
dude.
side. The experience
The brain.
shining through.
You just can't.
And Rain
Big brain.
You just
closes
can't
it
do
out
that.
in
He actually
style.
might have been able to get away with that diffuse there if he would have.
Probably could have
Yeah.
just stuck it, yeah.
I
Yeah.
think he could have stuck it. You're right.
Yeah, I agree. Oh man, that's crazy.
Then we
That's
have
crazy.
another one. We have 2 by Brokey. One of these is probably one of the ones you're talking about. So
Forces a wide swing, and this is
Oh, this
happening
one here.
unless
Dude,
Brokey
this one was
can put a
amazing.
stop to it.
Mhm.
Shots are missing.
I should
With
have to
each
be
shot that
Brokey.
sails past them, they're getting closer. There's one. The USP dinks.
Dude,
It's down to
what
this.
was this dude
20
doing?
seconds.
Yeah.
The
Why are you going attack?
That was such a stupid play from Shiro.
That's-
I'm sorry.
It just proves
That's what
happened.
Dom and I were talking about. Like, what are they
Why
doing?
did he jumped up, jumped down, jump up? I'm like,
It's like
okay.
Your
whack-a-mole.
odds are so much
Yeah,
better if you're just
honestly.
if you just like Ferrari peek him one of the sides.
Yeah.
Then we have one more Brokey clip here.
This is the clip that I'm
one.
talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is the one.
dude, I was
They're even
I was
trying
on
to take
my
CT
fucking
there.
seat.
They really want this ground. They really want the real estate. They do have one man still pinned in the site. This is where Hobbit needs to come alive. He's keeping the con rotate pinned in, locked out. Axar's still in this back of the site. Carrigan's on the bomb, but Axar's waiting for it. Brokey!
And then fucking.
And the bomb Brokey! The clutch kick!
Oh,
Looks like me with an arm.
dirty dog.
Dude,
Oh my gosh.
that man is fucking insane, and I love him. I love him so goddamn much.
Filthy.
Gosh.
Filthy, filthy, filthy.
Filthy. Brokey, I remember when Brokey first joined FaZe a couple years ago, and you saw glimpses, but you didn't see him pop off like he is now. But getting around the right IGL, because I think back then it was still Nico that was IGLing for them. You get around a good IGL like Kerrigan, the possibilities are limitless. At that point.
Endless, yeah.
Yeah, endless. It's crazy. It's so good.
And map 5 would have been Anubis, which
Yeah.
I don't think FaZe lost Anubis yet. I think once.
I think once. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right on that one. I'm 99% sure that's correct.
But for a series like that, as soon as Inferno was the second map after Overpass was won, this series was over. Cloud9 were gonna run out of gas regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After how many fucking, as we said, highlight
These
reels
clutches
just
are
had,
annoying. If you're on the other side of these clutches, of just constant every
it breaks
third
any
round,
player whatsoever.
every third round you get 1v3'd. It's just like
Yeah,
why am I even playing?
exactly.
So actually, fun fact, real fast. Their Anubis is actually, I was wrong about this. Their Anubis is actually a 50% win rate
Really?
for this. Yeah, they've won against Furia, lost against Vitality on Anubis, on this. So I'm actually kind of surprised now that I'm looking at this. They haven't played it a bunch. They just
new
this is
map,
actually the
so.
first. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It doesn't mean they're not going to conquer it. But it's just, I don't think any team really enjoys Anubis at the moment. I want to say Liquid kind of likes it because they sometimes pick into it, but it's kind of crazy.
Also, little quick tidbit here, like some fun fact information. Apparently today, March 26th, Dupree turned 30.
Oh,
And then also Engine, I think his name is, or Xgen. He's from or wait, actually. Oh, never mind. I thought that was another streamer or player.
you're talking about NKT's Xgen, right? The Korean?
Yeah, Xgen, yeah. He turned 26, and then also Stavin. Yeah, Stavin. Big 21. Let's go. Let's go
happy
partying in
birthday.
Malta. But yeah, so then just kind of moving on, we do have the ESL Challenger League for NA going on, and this is just like some housekeeping stuff for next week for Counter-Strike. We will be talking about, of course, the RMRs happening for the major, which the major is happening May 8th through the 21st. But the RMRs for AME, which is that America, right?
AME?
AME.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, AME is, yep.
Yeah.
So AME is America, and then EU for RMR A, because they also have RMR B, which will be 11th through the 15th. And then we got APAC, which I think is Asia Pacific, which I think is the Asian teams. Along
that's
with
right. Yes, Australia.
along with
Yeah.
Australia.
If I may say, just before we kind of, I know we're wrapping it up soon here. I wanted to at least say one thing. I do want to bring attention to the gentleman that actually retired, or is retiring from esports, Coy of Davenport. He was actually Mouse's coach and analyst for a little bit. about a year or two ago. He came
Okay.
back to NA to help build the scene up and has done really, really good work for NA. I mean, NA, a lot of people attribute NA, we're nowhere near out of the hole, but
Yeah.
we have built up very high and CS again because of this man. He's structurally has changed NA and has brought in a lot of good talent. And if all we need at this point is get organizations and actually at this point and more events, of course, we could see a resurgence again. And this is an Atopium, of course, but I just want to say thank you to Koi for everything he's done and have a happy retirement. That is wonderful. I mean, guy was amazing at what he did.
Shout out Koi.
Yeah,
Shout out
shout out
W
Koi.
Koi. WWW.
And then also speaking about, I guess I shouldn't say retirement, but like it's kind of it brings up
retiring.
old. Yeah, I'm actually retiring from CS. It brings up old people who have retired from Counter-Strike. Is Virtus Pro technically Valve? Because I think Cam, you and I were talking about this. They lift the ban. So since they lift the ban, Virtus Pro, which is Outsiders, if you guys don't know, they will be competing under the Virtus Pro name again, so that legacy kind of happens again and everything like that with a bunch of new technically not new players because it's been what, like a year? Oh, almost about a year, maybe a year and a half.
Something like that.
And then
more
also
Outsiders.
our RP Outsiders. But
Goodbye
I
stickers.
do want to bring up something real quick from the Asia Pacific RMR, which does involve usually from like just watching RMRs, especially Asia Pacific. It's just kind of oceanic and Asian and Chinese qualifiers. We have 2 Middle Eastern teams now, which
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. He's actually competing. What?
So we have
Ying.
JIN.
Yeah, they were the old Invictus lineup. That
Yeah.
just got
So
dropped.
I see 2 people that I recognize from I think a long time ago, if I'm not mistaken. Facecrack and Davcost.
Yeah.
So I think Davcost, he's been around for a while, I want to say.
Facecrack was on 4s back in the major area for them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're competing, and then and then I mean you can talk about it.
Twisted Minds roster. I am so excited about this. Lobe is competing. Lobe, the streamer, the famous streamer, is competing alongside what some people consider Doc was a up and comer, supposed to be the next big thing, like the next Simple, the next big Simple or Rops or anyone of that nature. He was back in like I think 2018, 2019. Doc was supposed to be the next big European player.
Actually.
2017, that's what it was. Thank you. He was supposed to be the next big European player. He unfortunately stuck with streaming and stuff. Things didn't really work out, but he's competed. They are playing in the RMRs under a big organization. Twisted Minds is a huge Saudi organization. And that is very big. And that is extremely exciting to see. I'm going to be watching all their games for this. I'm super hyped for this.
And then also we got Oceanic. Let's be honest. I'm a huge Australia cope as well. For Greyhound, we got Sicko, INS, Alistar, Liaz, and then I think somebody new, Vexia.
Yeah, he's to play for Vertex, but he's a youngin. He's good.
And then
he's
also
good.
Speaking about Vertex, Hazard, which I want to say that I've seen him play before.
He was on Greyhound. He actually just left Greyhound to go to. Oh no, sorry, no, my bad. He was not on Greyhound. I'm pretty sure he was on Encore. He was on Encore, which was the self-made.
And then also Malta,
org.
which I'm pretty sure he's been around forever playing. Yeah, on Renegades, Chiefs, Greyhound, everything like that. So
I see 6 teams out of this BZ, honestly, that I really like. IHC, I love them. They're they're very good. Greyhound's been taking maps off of top teams. I love it as well. Rare Atom, I mean, unfortunately we know who Rare Atom is. Tyloo, we always see Tyloo, and then Twisted Minds. I mean, there's at least 5 teams out of that I actually might be watching this time around, other than last couple majors, because this will be more interesting to me.
Yeah.
It's some good Counter Strike.
All right, all right.
It
So
definitely is.
thank you guys so much for tuning in. First live one, so go ahead and comment.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do whatever you want. Just
Watch
yell at
his
us.
streams when we go live. Follow,
Yeah.
post the
Follow.
notifications.
It'll be in the
Yeah,
description.
do it or else.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Horns down.
This has been Dom, BZ, Camzy.
Yep.
You guys have a good one.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Yep.
Thank you. Bye.